Malayo pa
She looks
tayo
so
doon.
fresh.
Nasa ano pa tayo? Nasa, ano pa ba? Dito naman tayo yung kalendaryo.
Wala ka na sa kalendaryo.
Nasa lotohan.
Pareho tayo.
Loto.
Nakaka-age pa tayo dito.
Loto.
Magkaka-age tayo.
Depende ko ng kalendaryo. Gregorian calendar ba yan? O yung Roman
Basta Bok,
calendar?
nasa bingo. Okay pa yun. Bingo
O
card.
yung Islamic calendar.
But happy birthday sa'yo, Bok, ha? Hope you enjoyed. Happy birthday, Bok Edlingao. Thank you once again. Big story, of course, to Pauline, to Sean, and the birthday boy, Bok Edlingao. On our show, we've got results from 9 NBA games, plus the latest from a triple header in the PBL Reinforced Conference.
And we have updates from the first day of the Junior World Artistic Gymnastics Championships.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska de Toncalo.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy. Intervals puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bakunas rejecting Esteban for the win.
Let's kick off the show with some NBA action, shall we? As the Chicago Bulls avoid a meltdown and squeak past the Portland Trail Blazers, the Bulls were actually up by 21 in the fourth, but they found themselves trailing 121 to 119 with less than 8 seconds to go after a furious rally by the Blazers. Now, with one last chance to get the win, Kobe White drove to the basket. And then look at the defense collapsing here. The spin, the help, the kick out. Vooch wide open for three. Voochie Main with a game-winning triple from the left wing right at the buzzer. Final score here, 122 to 121 in favor of Chi-Town. Vucevic finished with 27 points and 8 rebounds, while White added 25 markers coming off the bench. Jeremy Grant and Danny Apia scored 33 and 32 respectively in a losing effort. The Bulls now improved to 8 wins and 6 losses. Meanwhile, the slumping Blazers lose 6 of their last 7 outings and now hold a 6-9 win-loss slate.
Speaking of coming up clutch, the New York Knicks relied on their own heroics to get past the upset-minded Dallas Mavericks. Landry Shamet stepped up, especially down the stretch, as the Knicks notched their first road win, 113 to 111. Shamet drained 2 3-pointers in the final minute and drew a charge against Brandon Williams with a second left to preserve New York's victory. The veteran shooter finished with 9 points. Jalen Brunson paced the Knicks with 28 markers to go with 5 assists. It's Brunson's first game back after a 2-game absence due to an ankle sprain. Dallas reserves Najee Marshall and D'Angelo Russell scored 23 apiece in a losing effort. The Knicks now have 9 wins and 5 losses, while the Mavericks dropped to 4 victories and 12 defeats.
This game, I don't know how anyone would describe it. How would you describe the way this thing went down?
I mean, chaos, but at the same time, I mean, found a way to win. It was ugly, but when you win ugly, I mean, it's signs of like team learning and getting better. So no matter what the situation is, we got to find a way to win.
You guys had a slow start. You had only hit 3 threes in that first half. What was said in the locker room at halftime?
We were getting good looks, but we got to continue to get stops and play with pace and just keep trusting each other. And we're going to find a way.
What about you? First game back. What does it feel like to be back on the floor for yourself?
It feels great. I mean, happy I can go out here and play this game. And I don't want to take any opportunity for granted. And I'm just happy I'm back out here.
And lastly, you finally get a road win here for this squad. What does that feel like?
Finally. Finally. I mean, we're happy, but we got a lot of work to do.
Jalen, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, as for the Houston Rockets, they held on to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in a massive East versus West showdown. Rockets almost blew a 17-point halftime lead as the Cavs closed within a point early in the fourth. But thanks to their young stars led by Alperin Şengün, the Turkish Terminator, well, H-Town escaping a gutsy 114-104 road win. The Turkish big man did it all for Houston as he posted a team-high 28 points, including clutch buckets to go along with 11 boards and 7 assists. Kevin Durant added 20 markers but struggled in the field, just making 6 out of his 18 field goal attempts. Cleveland superstar Donovan Mitchell scored 19 of his 21 points in the final frame, but to no avail. With their 5th straight win, the Rockets now improved to 10 wins and 3 losses. The Cavs settle for a 10-6 slate.
You don't make free throws and you don't make threes. You know, it's tough. I don't know. They said our shot quality was in the 91st percentile, so I take that for what you want. I'll look at the film. I felt like we're getting to the rim. You know, we're getting there and getting to the free throw line. We're obviously, I don't want to blame it on missed shots, but they, I didn't really feel like we were in the game until the third quarter when Naquan and CP kind of helped us. I think we cut it to 4, but the rest of the game they kind of dominated us. I'd say they really mucked the game up. They play off shooters and leave their bigs at the rim. And you gotta make them pay. When they sit in the paint on you, we didn't really make them pay.
12 more NBA teams hit the hard court today. Here are the scores. The Indiana Pacers snap an 8-game losing streak by beating the Charlotte Hornets 127-118. The Toronto Raptors win 5 straight after pummeling the Philadelphia 76ers 121-112. Norman Powell leads the way in the Miami Heat's 110-96 win over the short-handed Golden State Warriors. Julius Randle delivers 32 points and 10 rebounds as the Minnesota Timberwolves hold off the Washington Wizards 120-109. Nikola Jokic tallies yet another triple-double in the Denver Nuggets 125-118 dub over the New Orleans Pelicans. And lastly, the in-form Oklahoma City Thunder grabbed their 7th straight win after beating the Sacramento Kings 113-99. It's the final game day of the PVL Reinforced Conference preliminaries. We've got updates on today's triple header next.
Basketball, as the De La Salle Green Archers big man Mike Phillips denies claims of a supposed verbal altercation with Adamson head coach Nash Racela. Speaking to One Sports after the La Salle Adamson game yesterday, Phillips said he never actually talked to Racela. The supposed spat happened after an off-ball foul committed against La Salle's Boris Marasigan. Officials and the coaching staff had a lengthy conversation over said foul. And in the middle of it, Racela said Phillips allegedly told him to keep quiet. The longtime mentor did acknowledge that it could have been a spur-of-the-moment reaction. But Phillips was firm. He was only focused on checking on his teammate. Phillips adds that someone else could have said it and that Racela just misheard. After all, Phillips said he respects Racela a lot to even say anything that could rile him up.
Yeah, actually, just watching the video, I was surprised because, in all honesty, I never actually said, ano sabi niya, tumahimik. Yeah, actually, I've never said that to Coach. Actually, I didn't speak to Coach at all in that moment. But of course, spur of the moment, it might have been said maybe the refs or something like that. But I was really focused on Boris. But, I'm not going to comment anything malicious or anything like that. I have a lot of respect for Coach. And, anything about the Jesus or the Lord, I'm just going to always continue to preach about the Lord.
Even this late into the eliminations, UP Fighting Maroons head coach Goldwyn Monteverde is still preaching consistency to his players. Monteverde says the Maroons have to work on their lapses as they try to close out the second round on a positive note. This comes after the defending champs started flat and had to fight back from 16 points down to win against the Ateneo Blue Eagles yesterday. Team captain Jerry Abadiano shares his coach's sentiment. He says as players, they have to be ready to respond to anything that could happen in the game. Now assured of a twice-to-beat incentive in the semifinals, UP will end the eliminations with a finals rematch against La Salle on Saturday. The Maroons will come in riding a 6-game winning streak, while the Archers hope to bounce back and improve their Final Four chances after that tough loss to the Adamson soaring Falcons yesterday.
We just need to be consistent. Like right now, yun naman lagi sinasabi ko after this game, we just have to watch and see. Kahit na isang game na lang kami sa second round, what we need to work on pa rin. Siyempre, paglasal ng kalaban, we need to prepare for them. At the same time, try to improve more. So, ano pwede namin gawin?
Siguro sa lahat naman ng games namin, same mindset lang kami. Every game, kahit anong mangyari sitwasyon, maging ready lang kami, pangit man yan or maganda man yan. Ready lang kami sa kung ano man yung kaya namin i-respond sa that game. And siguro, wala namang bago sa mindset namin papunta sa next game. Ang sa amin lang, gusto lang namin na maging consistent.
Still in the UAAP, but this time on the women's side, the Ateneo Blue Eagles seal their spot in the Final Four for the 4th straight season after dominating the UP Fighting Maroons. Final score here, 94-68 after a tight first half. Ateneo got going in the third, outscoring UP 28-12. From there, the Blue Eagles just pulled away for good to ice the win. Two-time MVP KC De La Rosa tallied 22 points and 16 rebounds. Ateneo currently at 8-4 and will enter the semis as the 3rd seed. UP is not officially out of the semis race just yet, but its 10th loss in 13 games certainly does not help. The Maroons will end their LM's campaign against the De La Salle Lady Archers.
Moving on to volleyball, the Capital One Solar Spikers head into the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference quarterfinals with momentum on their side. Capital One shook off a woeful opening set and took down the Galleries Tower High-Risers in 4. Final score 12-25, 29-27, 25-19, and 25-18. Already assured of a quarterfinal spot, the Solar Spikers still needed the victory to strengthen their playoff seeding. But a loose and determined Galleries side came out swinging and stunned Capital One with a lopsided first set. The Solar Spikers eventually steadied behind import Sasha Bitsenko, who carried the offense with 35 points. Backup setter Nika Yandok also stepped up with 19 excellent sets and even scored a point of her own. Now at 4-4, Capital One awaits its quarter-final matchup. Galleries Tower ends its reinforced run at 0-8.
Sobrang ko lang po, sinabi lang po sa akin na iset ko lang ng maayos yung mapapalo nila Sasha and Bella kasi sila nga yung mga namin, key players namin. And ayun, pinagkatiwala, sobrang thankful ko kay Sasha and Bella kasi sobrang kahit di okay yung sets, pinag-adjustan nila. And sabi, iba ko pang mga teammates, as in pinagkatiwalaan nila ako na ako yung magbigay sa kanila ng bola. And yun lang, sabi ko lang kagalingan ko and bibigay ko lang sa kanila yung bola na gusto nila. So, during practice naman po, sinasetan ko sila. And tinatanong ko sila sa mga adjustments, gano'n. Sinabi ko rin sa kanila during our meeting na we need to communicate palagi para kahit di ako yung setter, yung first setter, is alam ko kung ano yung gusto nilang bola. Gano'n po.
Meantime, the Farm Fresh Foxies secured a top seed come the quarterfinals. Farm Fresh took down the Cherry Tigo EV crossovers in straight sets, 25-17, 25-23, and 29-27. Foxies controlled most of the third set before Cherry Tigo roared back to take a 23-22 lead. The crossovers even reached set point first through multiple exchanges in the extended frame, but Farm Fresh refused to fold. The break came when Yunesca Batista set an attack long, setting up match point. Ellie Rousseau then followed it up with a smart finish to clinch the sweep. With the win, Farm Fresh improves to 7-1 and heading into the quarterfinals. Cherry Tigo, meanwhile, wraps up its reinforced campaign at 2-6.
Once again, we did it. Once again, we were close to perfect in the, after 20 or in the so-called overtime. It was really, really clean and clear. And with everybody really in that space, in that zone of performance, even people that had struggled before. So once again, my team, I can only be proud of the resilience they have and the spirit they have and the ability to come back or start over, not being caught in disappointment and make the final push and win the game. So we can be satisfied today.
As for the last game of today's triple header, it's an ongoing battle between the Petrogas Angels and PLDT high-speed hitters. The Angels got off to a strong start, taking the first set 25-21. That first set victory gave the Farm Fresh Foxies the top seed. The Angels likewise won the second frame, but they couldn't quite complete the sweep as PLDT came alive in the third behind the brilliance of Savvy Davison. It is now the fourth set of this match. Results of this match will further affect seeding in the quarterfinals. Coming up, we've got the latest on tennis star Alex Ayala. We check out her reunion with the legendary Rafael Nadal and learn more about her 2026 home court return. Play-by-play will be right back here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The Philippines plays host to another international tournament as the FIG Artistic Gymnastics Junior World Championships officially begin. The third edition of the meet opened at the Marriott Grand Ballroom in Newport World Resorts earlier today. Carl Eldrew Yulo, brother of two-time Olympic gold medalist Kaloy Yulo, along with King Pernia and brothers Hilarion and John Anthony Pales, kick off the country's campaign in this year's meet. The Junior Worlds will run until November 24. Catch every leap and landing on One Sports, One Sports Plus, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. The Filipina Five have unveiled their official squad for their historic campaign in the 2025 FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup. The 14-woman lineup features a mix of veterans and young talent across all positions. Manning the goal for the Philippines are Samantha Hughes and Kayla Santiago. Anchoring the backline are defenders Catherine Graverson and Judy Connolly. In the midfield, the team will turn to Jacqueline Savitsky, Carissa Lemoran, and Rosel Mendano, providing both experience and playmaking. Up front, the attack will be led by forwards Jonicia Tolintin, Alicia Del Campo, and Isabella Flanagan. The wings are covered by Lani Ortilio and Regine Rebosora, while the pivot spots are filled by Katrina Guiu and Isabella Bandoja. The Filipina Five will kick off their campaign tomorrow, November 21, when they face Poland at the PhilSports Arena in Pasig. You can catch the games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on the Pilipinas Live app.
All NBA lineup for you again in tonight's Highlight Reel Thursday. Let's start with Raps against the Sixers. Let's roll it right away. Brandon Ingram with the leather here. Justin Edwards, good tap, gets the ball. Now we'll give to VJ Edgecombe with a two-handed rack attack. Great decision there by Brandon Ingram. Moving out of the way, look at Paul George sitting out this one. Loving it from their sensational rookie. Good decision from BI moving out of the way. And the poster of VJ Edgecombe, who scored 21 points for Philly, including that rim rocker. On to the next play. This time, the same game, different team. And here's Edgecombe stealing the ball away. Edgecombe, nope. Raps get it back. And look at Scotty Barnes doing Jared McCain dirty, just returned. And let's take a look at that again. Looking back, parang playground basketball looking back at his defender while going all the way for that two-handed flush. Scotty Barnes scoring 16 here. The Raptors 121-112 win over the Sixers in Philly. From that game, let's go to OKC against the Sacramento Kings. OKC hosting this one. Look at Holmgren. The ISO against DeRozan, blew past the veteran, and then Drew Eubanks. What you doing, bro? Challenging too late. Woo, for Chet Holmgren attacking the 7-footer with an athletic frame, lanky but athletic and long. And look at that mean mug after. Holmgren, by the way, had 21.7 boards as a Thunder. Beat the Kings in this one, 113-99. OKC continues to rule the West and the NBA with 15 wins and just one loss so far. Looking good for a back-to-back campaign. Okay, up next, let's go to the Wizards against the T-Wolves in Mini. Mike Conley, DiVincenzo, Ant-Man for the flush. Whew. Good veteran smarts there by Mike Conley. The tap over to Dante DiVincenzo, and then up, just throw it up there. Ant-Man knows what to do. Conley, 10.6 assists. Dante DiVincenzo, 12.6 assists as well. Edwards had 18 points as the Wolves take down the Wiz, 120-109 at home. Finally, of course, let's go to the game winner. The Bulls and the Blazers. Kobe White attacks, thrusts the defense, kick out. Vooch, bang, bang, bang. Beat the buzzer. Ball game called by Vucci Main. I believe this is his second game winner for the season. And Vooch winning it. Look at Matas Buzelis and the rest of the Bulls. Just going crazy on Vucevic, saving the day, calling game, finishing with 27 points 8 rebounds in this one. Bulls win 122-121 thanks to this game winner from Vooch. Check.
And before we go, a special training session in Spain for Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala, this time with one of the greatest ever to hold a racket. Ayala hit the courts in Mallorca with 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafa Nadal, who posted a video of their practice session. Nadal said it felt great to be back and thanked Ayala for the hit, promising he'll be stronger the next time they train. Ayala is currently training in Spain after a breakthrough season where she cracked the world top 50. Ayala is expected to represent the Philippines in the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand next month. She's then set to compete on home soil in January 2026. PSC Chairman Pato Gregorio confirms Ayala will join the inaugural WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. This will run from January 26 to February 1. Gregorio says Ayala's availability won't be a problem even if the event overlaps with the Australian Open.
She will join. The field explained to me that the only chance na hindi makakalaro si Alex is pag nagka-conflict with the Australian Open in terms of yung elimination, semifinals and finals. But that is not a problem. If Alex succeeds in the Australian Open, we will all be very happy. Okay, if after the second round, third round, and then she's available already, then she's here.
Hopefully, she does suit up for and she plays because dami mga kababayan natin who would love to see Alex play on home soil and watch her live. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Shaska Litton-Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.